Hey folks, Vic here with your weekly trade video. Got to show you this picture of Darko and I in Sweden in the nice sun there. It was a great trip. Before I get into this week's video, I want you to know that I'm leaving for a 1-month vacation for basically the month of September. I'll be back in early October. While I'm away, we're giving all of our short-term members, which is I usually look after our short-term service, they're going to get, for absolutely free, no obligation or anything, full access to Darko's pre-market analysis videos. Okay, and like these are golden because for almost 6 years now, Darko has shown our members in advance exactly where he's placing his pending orders, and he's been very profitable doing this. So for a full month, everyone's going to have access to those PMA videos. So if you want to learn about the real nuts and bolts of trading and how Darko analyzes markets, no matter if you want to trade long-term or short-term, doesn't matter. This is a super opportunity because you can use Darko's approach on any proper time frame combinations. Okay, this video today shows a setup that was just filled today on August 25th, 2023. And I thought it would be a good one to follow. You can follow along with it and see how it works out. We don't know yet what's going to happen, and we are certainly not afraid to put this trade out publicly, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if it's a win, a loss, maybe a reduced loss, maybe just a break even. We don't know, and we have rules how to handle each scenario. So we invite you to follow this trade along. Let's see what happens with it. I'm going to now go through the details of the setup for you. And please, one more thing, if you could please hit the like button if you like this video, we'd really appreciate it. And remember to subscribe to our channel by clicking the subscribe button in the lower right corner of the video. Okay, let's take a look at this setup. Okay, so the trade is on the New Zealand Canadian dollar pair. Now I want you to keep in mind, when Darko does his recordings, this is from his pre-market analysis video that our members get, that he posts this setup way before it's filled. I'd actually show you on the 4-hour chart. The chart was up here when he said, if it comes back down, we'll look to buy it. So, and he has no idea what's going to happen, right? The important thing to know is that based on his higher time frame analysis and his price action reading, that this is a very good odds trade with huge upside potential. We don't know what's going to happen, but that's what you have to consider. Now, when you take like any trade, it's important that the risk reward makes sense as well. Okay, so we'll go through that in a minute. I just want to show you the background thinking. If you look at a weekly chart here, you can see that price has been coming down, 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 and then it did this. It had this drop and went shooting up like this above all these highs. This had this great big, what's called a bullish rotation, and then it chopped its way down. So this is the corrective move that we kind of look for. This level is what we're watching to see what happens when it gets hit. Okay, maybe nothing. Maybe it'll go straight through, but that's not the reality. That's not what actually happened. When it hit here, it stopped. And if you actually zoom this way out here, that's a pretty good level. I'll just go like this with it. You can see even over here, it has some touch points in here and here, and some pretty good support in here. Another held really well here, and look what came all the way down and touched it here. It's pretty good level. Okay, so and Darko sniffs all these out for you to help out with your development and trading. So you don't have to worry about finding these things on your own. He does that in his PMA videos. And so when you see it coming down here, now we're looking for evidence that it's actually going to stop down here. Now, because it's a weekly chart on our higher time frame, we'll go down to a 4-hour chart for our entry time frame. Okay, this is a swing trade. And you can see, again, this is making lower highs and lower lows down here. You see how the lows are all going lower here? And the highs are going lower. And this low gets broken right here. And then this happens. It goes flying up, closes above all this. That's significant. And so when that happened, okay, now he's going to want to look to get into this trade. Now, as it comes down, like with any trade I was saying earlier here, it's really important that the risk-reward makes sense. Okay, so there were several places you could enter, like little areas like here where there's support resistance, or down lower here. So that you could have used any of those for a buy entry. But again, you want to make sure that the reward risk makes sense. So to make it completely objective for the members, he gave a suggested level of about 80.35, which where this green circle is. That's about approximately where he said to look to get in with a lower low stop loss, and it needed a risk of about 65 pips, I believe, something like that, which is just fine, perfect, because this is a swing trade. It's not a day trade or a scalp or anything. It's a swing trade. Now, you could decide that you want to try to pick up the trade at an even better price. There's pros and cons to doing that. Sometimes when you want to get a better price, it never comes back and it goes straight up. Other times you can get it. But the thing is to have a trading plan and you stick to it like glue, right? You don't flip around from one thing to another. And we greatly encourage independent thinking. Very, very much encouraged. But certainly when you're first learning to trade using Darko's approach, you want to keep it as straightforward and simple as possible. And that's how Darko's been able to, trade profitably every year since he became our lead coach back in 2017. He uses the same approach day in and day out, win, lose, or draw. Okay, no switching around or anything like that. And so far, 2023 has been his best year ever. So just looking at this, if you look at these other levels in here, you could look at this level here and go, yeah, maybe that's okay. That had some reactions. Maybe you want to look at, there's lots of other levels. There's a level here, right? This is a pretty good level when you look at the wicks and the support resistance. And look at how it held in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. It bounced off of here, comes back again. That's another consideration. Okay. Again, you don't know that it's going to come down here, but you want to have a trading plan that you use consistently all the time, and again, to make it sort of unambiguous and straightforward for the members, Darko's just suggested this level right here with the lower low stop, and now we'll have to just wait and see what happens. Okay, so again, follow this along. Think about how you would handle the trade. I just looked at it. It's up about 6 pips right now. Would you get all nervous and sweaty? And I hope not. But seriously, where would you take the risk out of the trade, or maybe take profit on some or all of your position? These are things that we teach, and it's vital to know these answers in advance. Okay, you don't want to be wondering, what to do while you're in the trade. So how about this? In the comments, let us know how you would handle this trade now that it's live. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. Let's leave it at that. I hope you guys all have a great weekend. Take care.